Here you go. It's time for the Monaco Grand Prix. Welcome to the stream. I hope everyone's well. Hope everyone's refreshed. Hope everyone's been out in the sun. If you're in the UK, it's a bloody lovely day today. Here we are, waiting for Formula One. And if you're in the UK, it's a bloody lovely day today. I can hear myself. Here we are, waiting for Formula One. And I don't know why I can hear myself, but I can. I can hear myself. Here we are, waiting for Formula One. And I think it's on my own PC, but I can. There we go. Here we are. Done. Yeah, football. Man United. Need to go check that out. Wait, that is that today or is that... No, that's next week. Man United's next week. FA Cup, right? I'm losing track. It's last weekend of the... Or is it today? I've lost track. Next week, right? Yeah, tomorrow Premier League, next week, man. Yeah. I thought I was losing my mind. Yeah, red flags. What's going to happen? I mean, we saw the accident with Lewis. I think they've changed his suspension as a precaution. It was a pretty innocuous accident. It looked, I think, worse than it was, really. When you actually look at it, he's hit the barrier fairly hard, but square on. The suspension wasn't actually broken. The front wing got stuck in the barrier. And then the crane driver took it to the moon. Like, did you see how high he lifted it in the air? It was so unnecessary. I didn't like the look of it either. It was swaying back as he was lifting it in the air. I was like, this doesn't look good. You imagine if that fell off the crane and destroyed. And they were like, yep, sorry, Lewis, you can't race now. Crane driver destroyed your car. It'd be like, oh, well, that's not fair, is it? That's life. Oh, my hair's getting out of control. My hair is so out of control, right? But the person that does my hair just has no free slots until next week. I booked it like last week. I'm gonna wait 2 weeks for a hair appointment. Like, what is this, man? So yeah. Good noon, Eddie. Good noon. Yeah. So, what are we predicting? What's everyone thinking is going to happen? What are we predicting? I think after everything and practices looking like maybe Alonso had a chance and this, that, I think Verstappen's still going to bang it on pole. To be honest. I think a lot of people were hoping that maybe Alonso could get in there or Charles Leclerc, but it still looks like it's Verstappen's to lose, to be honest. So, yeah. It's going to be interesting. I don't think there'll be any issues with Hamilton's car. Like I say, I think they're changing the suspension as a precaution, but the actual car itself, I think, was fine. So, yeah. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah. Do you know what, though? They promised rain for Monaco. And I don't know if there's still rain planned for tomorrow, but bloody lovely there, isn't it? Let me have a look. Monaco F1 weather forecast. Sunny, 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 sunny. Sunny, sunny. Sunday, it looks like very, very limited chance of rain. And if there is rain, it's way later on in the evening. So it looks like it is going to be a dry race. Yeah. So, there you go. A dry race, by the looks of it, for all intents and purposes. You have to assume that Lewis Hamilton will be a little bit wary after his mistake in FP3. I mean, you have to be, don't you? If you've had an accident, you have to be a little bit more tentative. But at least it didn't happen in qualifying. Well, it's not to say it wouldn't have. It can't now happen in qualifying, but... But, yeah. Let me just make sure this audio's on. Yeah, good. Like, again, do you know what? The circuit for racing's terrible, but bloody hell, it looks incredible, doesn't it? It does look on the TV, the setting, the boat. It looks insane still. It is a beautiful, beautiful area for a Grand Prix. Driving through those streets still looks insane. It just happens that racing just, isn't that great, so... You reckon a Ferrari can get on pole? Do you reckon Fernando Alonso can get on pole? Yeah, I'm not sure, Shock, how you doing? I mean, this is the most exciting qualifying of the year, really, Eddie, because this is the one where it matters arguably more than any other. If Max Verstappen or Alonso or Hamilton or any crash out of qualifying, they're starting at the back and they're not making many places up. Obviously Verstappen would gain positions, obviously, because his car's rapid, but he would struggle because it's very hard to overtake around here. That's the reality, isn't it? So qualifying is more important than anything, because if you've got cars that are even remotely equal, very hard to overtake. Yeah. Apparently Ferrari are changing their side pods. And that's coming next race at Spain. They're going to look visibly different. Well, it's about to start. The first cars are going out. It's like a Williams straight out on track. Both Williams, Sargent and Albon, and one of the AlphaTauris. De Vries. God, De Vries needs a better weekend, doesn't he? Bloody hell. He needs a better weekend. Brock, how you doing? Good afternoon. You can see here on this camera angle that they're showing on Sky now, you can see the land that they've created. That's the land that they've created as you come just before the tunnel. That's the apartment buildings that they've basically created land on the edge there and built apartment buildings there. Wild. It's crazy, isn't it? They've just built outwards into the sea. just like, I don't know if it's like just a jetty or whether they've actually built land, but in Dubai they have done that. They've basically brought in like a load of sand and stuff like that, and they've made land in a water area. So it can be done. I don't know how Monaco's done it, whether it's just like you know, like pillars like they would do for like an oil rig or something that it was staying stationary, although they mostly move. So I don't know if it was something like that or whether it's actual land being built. Yeah, it happens quite a lot now. Everyone out on track bar Stroll and Alonso. Lewis obviously is out because they, like I say, there wasn't really much damage to the car, thankfully for him. I think it was front wing, but the rest, the suspension, everything was all right. But I think they have changed it as a precaution. Yeah, creating an island from nothing. It's mad, isn't it? Mad. That place is rammed. During FP1, I noticed there was a lot of empty seats, but... Well, actually, that's not rammed. There's still empty seats there. Yeah, I mean, the crane didn't need to lift the car that high, though, did it? It felt more dangerous, what the crane driver was doing. Unless he's had instruction, it felt like you don't need to lift it as high as he did. Do you know what I mean? He lifted it so high, well over the... I don't know. Look, I'm not an expert, so maybe he had to lift it that high. I don't know, but it didn't look like he did. Yeah, Lewis was a little bit wide at that hairpin for sure. Missed the apex by a country mile. Such a great shot through the tunnel. Such a great shot. They're on the throttle out of that chicane so fast as well. It's like so early. Wild. Quite a steady lap from Lewis, probably just taking it easy. Verstappen purple, unsurprisingly. Rapid from Hamilton, from Verstappen, although Perez has gone purple in the middle sector, so... 13.7! Jesus Christ. Leclerc 3/10 off Verstappen's time. Bloody hell. Perez only goes second, but not a million miles off. Sainz must have had an incident or something because he's well down. Alonso perps, though. Alonso perps. Hello. Not that it matters in FP1, but it's going to be a pretty good indication of where everyone's at. Do you know what? I think McLaren could be in for a really good qualifying with Lando, at least. Lando's been on it. He's been well up the order. So has Ocon and Gasly. Alonso purple. Oh, he only goes third. How's... He's lost in the final sector. He's gone purple, and then lost in the last sector. Hey, it's close, that. It's close with Alonso. Hamilton might have to go again with that lap because he's not that safe because Gasly's still got to put in a good lap and Sainz has got to put in a good lap. It's going to leave him quite far down. The top 12 covered by 0.6 of a second. Very tight around here. Very tight. Wild. Yeah, Gasly's up by 0.9 out of what he needs to get out of the bottom. That's purple in the middle sector from him. Sonoda goes 8th. Gasly's going to have a pretty good lap here, you know. 5th. Only 1.5 tenths off. Oof. Bloody hell. Yellow. Joe Guan Yu? Oh! It's Perez. Norris goes P1. Red flag. Red flag. He's hit the barrier. Oh, Perez. Can Perez get through a qualifying in Monaco? Can Perez get through a qualifying in Monaco, please? Oh, Perez. Oh, Perez. Sergio. Norris and Piastri went 1-2, by the way.
Remember to follow data, stay positive.
I'm thinking go +1 from wing, let me know.
That's a lot of damage to the side pod of that Red Bull. He's gone into the barrier sideways, it looks like. Looks like he's gone inside on. Oh, replay now. Yeah, he's gone in like sideways, broken the rear suspension. That's such a weird accident. Oh, yeah, he carried too much speed and gone in square on into the barrier. Oh, that's a big hit, you know. That was a big hit. Could be engine and gearbox damage from that. That is a big hit to the rear of the car. Oh.
How do the tyres feel on the second lap, Esteban?
Yeah, not good.
Oh dear.
Copy that.
No.
Yeah, he'll need to change the gearbox just as a precaution. That was a big hit, wasn't it, at the rear of the car? Big old hit. Oh, here we go, up in the air. Now it's time for everyone to get pictures of the Red Bull floor. The one everyone wants. There we go. Lewis Hamilton's thinking, oh, fucking hell, thanks, Sergio. At least your floor's all over the internet as well. Oh, there you go. Perfect shots of that Red Bull floor. That's what everyone wants. Hello. Yes. Boom. Sergio's been handed a little bit of money there by some of the other teams. Listen, just fucking put it near a crane, yeah? Oh, the photographers will be out in fucking force getting pictures of that. Boom. Cha-ching. It's literally the most important thing on these cars. Oh, Adrian Newey looks furious. I'm sure he's not, but he kind of looks furious.
Checo's at turn 1.
No, Perez won't be P10. Perez will be P15. He's through Q1, so he will be last of the runners in Q2 because he won't run. So he'll start P15, assuming he doesn't need to take a new gearbox and engine, in which case he might start last place. Now, the interesting thing here is both Russell and Hamilton are very far down the order. But they didn't get their laps in when the track ramped up. When Guan Yu Zhou and Norris and Piastri were going out, they had their laps curtailed by a red flag. No, Hamilton isn't out. There's 11 minutes left of the session. Everyone will go out and get more laps in. There's plenty of time because it's only a minute and 13 seconds for a lap around here. So there's more than enough time to get a few laps in. But you've got to be careful because there could be more red flags, yellow flags, etc. So Perez will start the race from 15th. That'll be the highest position he'll start. And if he needs an engine penalty, he'll start lower. And to be honest, it's no guarantee that he wouldn't need an engine or a gearbox. There's no guarantee. So, yeah. A lot of debris to clean up there because it is kind of on the racing line, so... Do you know what? Like, Lewis doesn't crash very often, in his defense, but he has had a little nudge today. Max has had a few offs in FP1, FP2s, you know, over the last 8 months or anything. But Perez and Leclerc have been crashing in races and qualifying. Max doesn't really, to be fair to him, other than racing crashes where he's made contact with other cars, he doesn't tend to have that many incidents where he crashes out of a race himself. You know, if you remember, he went off in Australia when he was leading the race, but he didn't hit anything, thankfully for him. But he doesn't have many errors in him. You know, we remember Jeddah where he's hit the wall in quali, you know, but he was pushing and, you know, it does happen. But for the most part, he's pretty solid, Max. If you had to pick someone that isn't going to make a mistake, it's probably going to be him. Or Alonso. Alonso makes very few mistakes when it comes to stuff like that. Perez has got a mistake in him. So does Sainz, so does Charles Leclerc. For sure. But the odd incident that Max has, I think the others certainly have more. Oh, yeah, he spun. But that was in the rain, so kind of letting him off for that. I'm kind of giving him a free pass. Let's put it this way. If you were putting money on Max Verstappen to make a mistake over a weekend, you wouldn't be getting much return on your money, would you? Let's be honest. Most times he's pretty imperious, I would argue. And that's what makes him one of the best, because he's able to drive on the limit without making, you know... That's not to say he doesn't make mistakes, because he does. There's no driver in Formula 1 that doesn't make mistakes. When you're pushing to the limit, you're going to. Every driver does it. Every driver will. But it's about, you know, obviously minimizing those. If you look at Charles Leclerc had that terrible race at Imola. He crashed out of the race in France while leading. Can you, in any situation, see Max Verstappen spinning on his own and crashing while he's leading a race? I just don't see it. I just don't see it happening. And he doesn't crash out of qualifying very often. His mistakes are limited, and that's what makes him consistent and very good. Especially as he's gotten older, I think his mistakes have become less frequent as well. Just experience, you know? So, yeah. He's impressive, is Max. He's still only young as well. I think Charles got that potential for sure, but he just needs to cut out some of them mistakes, you know, because when it comes to Charles Leclerc, his mistakes are frequent. Aren't they? Oh, cheers. And that's the problem. Oh, you could see, watching this replay now, you could see, but he just carried a bit too much speed. Just too much speed. God, it's a big hit. Big old hit on the rear of the car there. I'd be amazed if they don't change the gearbox as a precaution. It's such a big hit that it hits the barrier and it bounces the car back in the air. So it's undoubtedly going to need to replace the engine just to check it, I think. That gearbox and engine, I think, is going to get taken out and assessed. Of course, Checo crashed here in qualifying last year. And after watching the replay many, many times, I am utterly convinced that he did crash on purpose. Now, I'm not saying you should believe my opinion. You forge your own opinion. But based on everything that I've seen, I believe he crashed on purpose last year. There was talk that he told Helmut Marko that he'd crashed. But again, that's all conjecture. That's not confirmed. That could just be utter bullshit. But when watching the replays, I am convinced that he did do it on purpose. Like, his throttle input just doesn't make sense. He's on the throttle before he's even turned. I think it was intentional, but... And I think that's why, in Brazil, Max refused to give way to him, because he knew what had happened. Because the team will have known. Once they looked at the data, they will have known what happened. And they might not want to bring it up in public, but I think Max knew. And so, whether you believe that or not, you know, up to you. But that's what I think. Apparently they are going to leave that debris on the track, yeah. Verstappen back on a purple sector. Hamilton's only a tenth up on the time he needs to get out of the bottom 16. Albon goes P1. The track is ramping up. I'm not sure about this lap from Lewis. I'm not sure if it's going to be enough. Purple last sector for him. But then Verstappen went purple. Hamilton 8 tenths off Verstappen on used tyres. Russell goes second. Wow, that was a good lap from Russell. Wow. Wow. Was Russell on scrub tyres as well? Nick de Vries, P2? What the hell is going on? We're living in the upside down. Alonso goes P1. Hamilton's back down in 14th, by the way, kids. Yeah, Perez is out of Q2. out of Q1, but obviously it doesn't matter anyway. But this means he's now going to be 16th rather than 15th. 17th rather than 15th. Ooh, Gasly up into P3.
So Charles will swap.
I mean, Lewis is going back out again. Well, doing another lap on those same tyres. I feel like this is a lot. Is it frozen because of the red flag? There we go. Sometimes you need to click back on it.
Losing half a tenth at turns.
Yeah, track evolution is mad around here. I'm just... So Lewis is up on the time he needs. Doesn't look that quick. I think he's lost time in this final sector. Lewis only goes 5th. Lewis only goes 5th, and you assume Carlos Sainz is going to improve. I think Lewis needs to pit for fresh tyres. Or he's going to go out, I think. Although Russell's improving. And if Russell's on those same tyres, then... Yeah, because Russell's improved.
What do you recommend?
Interesting. Yeah, it's weird because Hamilton seems quite far down on Russell, but that's not been the case throughout all of practice sessions so far. Leclerc goes 3rd.
I think you're okay now, Fernando.
Yeah, he probably is a little bit tentative after his accident, perhaps, you know. Just being a little bit more reserved. If Haas go out and, you know, and Sargent and Joe go put a fresh set of boots on, Hamilton's in trouble. No, Lewis is in 12th, yeah. He hasn't really been improving.
Check the rear left, so touch the wall.
Hamilton's on an outlap now, so I don't know if he put a fresh set of tyres on. Yeah, he did, I think. A lot of pressure on Hamilton now. Bloody Yuki Tsunoda. Magnussen goes 11th. Hulkenberg's improving as well.
And Lando, do you remember the curb after the...
Tsunoda goes P1!
There, please.
We're living in a weird universe. Hulkenberg goes 12th. That drops Hamilton to 14th. Oh, any mistake on a lap now is going to screw over everyone. Just pulled off some paint there, Max, on the advertising. Oh my god. Charles Leclerc got ruined by Carlos Sainz. Right. Lewis is on a quicker lap now, just going through the tunnel.
Magnussen passed, and we'll go in that gap. So Sonoda's 8 behind you, and there's 2 Ferraris to start their lap.
Oh, Hamilton's fucked it. Oh, he's in trouble now. He's fucked it into the chicane.
I did ride the wall a little bit out of the last corner, but I think it's fine.
Uh-oh.
Okay, understood. We'll have a look.
Oh, Russell's got a lot of traffic. Hulkenberg into the last corner is going to affect George a little bit, but George will be okay. George is fine. Third, good lap from George. On fresh tyres, though, but good.
Are they on laps or what?
Lance Stroll, purple.
Just try to create your gap to Russell at this point, but maintain track position.
Hamilton's down. Hamilton's slow. Hamilton's slow. He's going out. Hamilton's in the bottom he's in the bottom 5. Yeah, Hamilton's screwed. Slow lap from Lewis. Oh, he's down massively. No, Hamilton's 3/10 down. He's out. Hamilton's out. Oh, no, he does. He does go through. I was reading it wrong. My mistake. Oh, the fucking broadcast, right? The broadcast usually, if they're in the bottom 5, on the delta, it shows you the time that they are down or up on what they need to get out of the bottom 5. But his was showing the time compared to number 1. So when I saw 3/10 down, I thought he was saying he was 3/10 down on Max's time, but that's not how it's meant to be. When a driver is in the bottom 5 of qualifying, it shows their difference, that they're up or down on the time they need to get out. That's normally how it works, isn't it? That's how it works normally. So when it said 3/10 down, I thought he was 3/10 down on his time to get out of the bottom 5. But it was actually showing 3/10 down on Max, which is obviously very different. Also, Q1 ramped up so much, guys, that Perez has ended in 20th when he was in 3rd when he crashed. That's how much the track ramped up. So Perez will start from last place. So if he does need to take an engine, he may as well just do it. Anyway. Am
I safe?
You are safe. We'll be reusing this set.
Why did Hamilton sound so weird though? He's like, am I fair? He sounded so hard on the radio. Am I fair? Listen to this. Listen.
Am I safe?
You are safe. We'll be reusing this set. So currently P7, 4.5 tenths of Verstappen.
Sounded so weird. I don't know. So, to recap, Logan, now, no offense to Logan Sargent, but he is down in 16th, while his teammate Albon managed to put in a time with the track ramping up that put him up into 3rd. Not ideal. Both Hasses out, with Magnussen starting ahead of Hulkenberg. Zhou Guanyu is down in 19th. Bottas managed to sneak into 14th. And obviously Perez, who crashed, is going to start the race from last place. Cracking lap from Alex Albon. Good old racer, Alex, isn't he? What's that?
It was a good lap, Logan. It was a good lap. It's a very, very close field. Well done.
Yeah, thanks, guys. I honestly don't feel like I had much more there.
Where are we?
Yeah, we didn't get through. Neither of us got through. We're 17 and 18.
Oh dear. So, the only big surprise Q1 there really was Perez. But as we've seen, the grid is so tight that literally a 1/10 of a second can put you from P7 or 2/10 of a second, or a 1/10 and a half, sorry, could put you from P7 to P15. And with the track ramping up every time they go out, if you get your last lap wrong or you time it wrong, you could be out. Either of the Mercedes, either of the Ferrari, probably not Max, but any of those guys could go out if they don't time their lap or just don't get it spot on.
Turn 13, what you think? Maybe it was induced by turn 12 understeer.
Just wild. God, that Aston Martin looks good, doesn't it? Lewis out nice and early. I like listening to James Vowles. I think he puts stuff across very eloquently. I like listening to James Vowles. I like it. Christian Horner looks fairly nervous, you know. Maybe that's just his normal demeanour. Can you imagine if Max crashed as well and both Red Bulls ended up on the back? That would be funny, wouldn't it? And Fernando Alonso won the race. I don't know. I can't see that happening, by the way, but... Yeah, he's really good, James Viles. Actually, I thought Lewis was in front of the pack, but he wasn't. It was Max and then George ahead of him. Look, does anyone really like listening to Christian Horner all the time?
And if you go to P2 and then fire up.
So who's going to be the big losers in Q2 then? I could see one of the Mercedes go out. I mean, I could even see one of the Ferraris going out. It's tough. It could be any number of people. Maybe one of the Alpines. The Alpines have looked quick, but yeah, again. I'm going to watch an onboard lap of Lewis. Just him. Because you can listen to the team radio as well. Going into the last corner. He's still changing stuff on his wheel. This is a used set from Lewis. Looks a little bit tentative into turn 1. As he powers his way all the way up the hill. Almost vertical looking at the sky. It's so weird. He gets it turned into turn 4 and 5 pretty well. And then down the hill over that bump where he crashed in FP3. So bumpy through there. The Mercedes looks really rough. And then snatches the inside left just a little bit as he goes into the chicane. Then he mounts that right curb. Nice. Quite late on the throttle as he powers his way through the tunnel. So weird on the camera because it goes dark. And then as you come out, the light just hits you. Into the chicane. He gets it turned and stopped really well. As he just about enters the swimming pool. Pushes the car out wide, and then that left-right flick through the chicane. It looked a little bit better than one of his laps I was watching last time. As he goes into the last corner, you've got to be so careful not to lock. He did ever so slightly lock that right-hand tyre. But as he crosses the line... 12.8. Very similar to what his teammate did, but they are on used tyres as well. So, I mean... they're going to do a single cool lap and go again. Yeah, it was an interesting lap because they pretty much him and George matched times. Very slow on that cooldown. As you can imagine.
Alex, there's still a few cars about to open their laps.
Hamilton and Russell, the slowest two out there. Slowest two out there.
Main loss, mid-speed turn 12.
Yeah.
Also a little bit turn 18.
I do think Mercedes look vulnerable, for sure. Oh. Aston Martin's also almost getting in each other's way. Stroll only went 12th. Tell you what, Alexander Albon looks on it, by the way, which is really impressive considering he had a crash in FP1, I want to say. But he's really quick. Really, really quick. Russell goes, well, he's 6/10 down, I think, after 2 sectors. Slow middle sector from Russell. He's about to finish the lap. Hamilton had a slow first sector and a personal best middle. Doesn't improve. Obviously, they're going to put fresh tyres on, but Hamilton goes 9th, but, you know. The thing is, they're on used tyres, but I think the guys ahead of them are as well. So, Alonso with the purple middle sector. Second from Alonso. It's very tight, you know. Alonso, Verstappen, Gasly and Ocon, right? They're well up there, by the way. That Alpine seems quick around this track. Very quick around this slow track, you know. Very quick. I wasn't expecting to see them as high up as they are. It might not end that way once qualifying's finished, but quite impressed. I'm quite impressed with them. So, De Vries, Stroll, Albon all need to put in better times. Sonoda. Hamilton's currently in 9th, Russell's in 11th, but they're just going to do a stop and put them out on fresh tyres. He is, yeah. Well, I'll tell you the sector times here. Stroll's time. Oh, actually, hold on. Stroll did an 18.853. Fernando did an 18.7. That's first sector. Middle sector, Stroll did a 34.3. Fernando did a 34 flat. And then in the final sector, Stroll did a 19.4. And Fernando did a 19.2. So he's actually losing a little bit everywhere. But they were talking about something there, but I don't know what it was. Someone's missed the weighbridge. 1 minute 11 for Verstappen. Oof. Lance Stroll missed the weighbridge when he was called in. That's a grid drop then. Grid drop, that is. Oof. Alpine hitting the wall there. Russell looked a little bit tentative through turns 3 and 4, but he is... Oh, he's wide there, but he is 3/10 up. Purple first middle sector. Purple first middle? What? Purple first sector. Sainz 3 thousandths off in the first sector. Hamilton almost a 10th down. Yeah, Russell 3/10 up. Ooh, that was close. Russell smashing in that first sector. Christ. Is he going to go P1? No, P3. Oof. That was a good lap from Russell. I think that was a good lap from Russell. Hamilton's not going to be as quick as that. I think Hamilton's going to put it in P4, P5. P10? Fuck, you know. Russell gained all of his time in the first sector there. Because he was up on Sainz and up on Hamilton through the first sector, and that's where he gained it all. Just to be clear, Lewis is 5/10 slower than Verstappen's lap, right? And that is pretty normal in this season. That has put him P10. 5/10 between first and 10th. Oh, Lewis is saying there's something wrong with his suspension. Well, the question is, can Albon, Bottas, and Stroll improve? I mean, Tsunoda could. I'm not sure about De Vries to knock Hamilton out, you know. Good lap from Charles Leclerc.
I feel like there's something wrong with my right rear suspension.
Well, Lewis is in the pits and he's out. Oh, he's done a quick pit stop. So, oh! Norris in the wall! But I think he's got away with it. It's not going to be a red flag. No, he's got a pit. That was a big hit. So Albon, Bottas, De Vries are now all on outlaps. Hamilton's on an outlap.
I think it was a bit of a one-off due to the bump.
Looked like he clipped. I think he clipped it coming out of the chicane. I think he clipped his front left coming out of the chicane, Lando. Yeah, he did. He did. He broke his suspension. He broke his left front suspension coming out of the chicane. And that's why he hit... If you look at it, the replay, as he comes out of the chicane, he nudges the wall and breaks his left front suspension. Which is why, when he turns, his left wheel doesn't turn into the next corner. And that's why he hits the wall. The damage was done the corner before. Yeah, look. You can see the suspension break as he comes out of the chicane. He broke the steering arm. Oh, this is terrible for Lewis. There's such a queue of cars. His tyres are going to have cooled down so much. Hmm. Yeah, but it's not a great lap already from Lewis, but it's not gonna be. He was behind so many cars.
Can't get the temperature.
We do have time in hand, so there's no pressure.
My tyres aren't ready.
Negative. We'll have to go for this lap.
Lewis is up, but if the other guys also improve, the only person that can knock him out if he completes this lap is Bottas, I think. Right, so Lewis goes through. A much better lap from Lewis, by the way. And he had a slow first sector as well. Piastri is out, but his teammate goes through despite not being able to take part in Q3. Sonoda out-qualifies Nick de Vries again. And Nick de Vries raced in bloody Formula E. That's all they do is race on street circuits. Oh, they're going to try and repair Lando Norris's car. Come on. They're trying to repair it. Stroll's underperforming so far this year, isn't he? Like, Alonso is just making him look... Alonso is confirming the gulf between them that we knew existed before he joined the team. You know what I mean? Lewis is saying the car's hard to drive, but he said it was much better on after FP1. Yeah, but, well, yeah, maybe he's not underperforming, but I think what this season so far shows you is just how far away he is from being a top driver, you know? Alonso is just so much... When Alonso comes in, a world champion at 40 years old, it just goes to show you there's levels to this. Because Alonso has been just smashing him left, right, and centre, like we knew he would. But part of you's thinking, oh, maybe Stroll will step up and, you know, he'll really show us that he is, you know, a future talent. But he hasn't so far. Maybe, you know, maybe he will, but...
Did a really good job to turn it around, so I'm happy with that. I think we can't do that kind of outlap.
But it's not looking like it, is it? Poor Lance. Yeah, Stroll... Well, you're right. Stroll does have his days. There are times when Lance Stroll puts in a performance, sometimes in the wet, and you're like, fair play. They just happen quite few and far between. Oh, yeah. Snap. Well, I think Lewis is going to be toward the bottom of the top 10, based on what I've seen. He's been struggling in qualifying. I think George has been putting in some top laps, so I think George might be up there, you know. But I think pole's going to be between Verstappen, Leclerc, and Alonso. I think. Well, yeah, he's in a car that has proven to be a podium car every race this year. Yeah, he's been, you know, at Miami. Fernando was watching him do an overtake on the screen, and he's sarcastically, you know, like, oh yeah, by the way, you know, great overtake from Lance. What position? P13. Oh. Yeah. That Lance Stroll thing is bullshit, by the way. He's already coming round the corner when the lights turn on. So he's got to look at the light, look at the number, and go, oh shit, that's me, and then turn in instantly to that. That's bullshit, man. There's no fucking way that most drivers are going to see that. Why don't they just FIA confirm it to the driver on the way in, by the way? Just say to the teams, hi, yeah, we need Lance at the weighbridge when he comes into the pits. And then he'll go, okay. And he knows. Just have an FIA channel direct to the teams, like.
Okay, so Oscar, we are P11, I'm afraid. P11.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's pretty good though. Good effort today. Really good effort.
Thanks. And yeah, appreciate all the hard work from the boys. I know it's been a couple of late nights. Glad I finally got my act together in quality, so thank you.
Well, all good. We're definitely in a position to fight for points from here. Definitely in a position to fight for points.
Will they be able to get this steering arm fixed for Lando? But bearing in mind, he hit the barrier after that on the right rear. I mean... Max is out straight away. Max is waiting. Yeah. I mean, we thought this race was going to be the one time that someone else might get pole and not a Red Bull. Turns out, Max struggled in FP1, and now they've got on top of it, and now easy pole for Max Verstappen. Well, yeah, Perez hit the wall square, Stoney. Look what happened to him. It might look like it's okay, but it doesn't mean that there isn't a crack in one of those rear suspension arms. I mean, you will assume they will have checked it, but still easy to miss, isn't it? God, look at that view there. Bloody hell. I didn't think that swimming pool was allowed to be filled, or is that a different one? You're not allowed, there's a water ban in Monaco at the minute. I don't know if it's in the surrounding areas. You're not allowed to fill bodies with, you know, like things with water. Like I guess that's a private area. You know the pool that Daniel Ricciardo falls into? I think that's the Red Bull area. So they've had to fill it with balls. But the swimming pool complex where there is a swimming pool, it seems as though that is still full of water. I guess that's... Well, it was already full, I guess. Back in one set. Right, sorry. So Verstappen's flying. Purple in the... He was purple in the first sector. He's now purple in the second, but Alonso's now gone purple in the first. Fresh tyres. I know that the Mercedes are out on used tyres, unsurprisingly. They've burnt through a lot of softs. What's Verstappen going to do? Oh, it's 12-1, actually. I thought he was going to be in the 11s. Alonso, purple, purple.
Reset your brake balance.
Oh, it was tidy from Alonso through the chicane. Tidy through the last, the penultimate corner. Alonso, baby! 11-7 from Alonso as well. 4 tenths up on Verstappen. Verstappen must have made a little mistake, I think. Charles Leclerc goes second. Ooh, that is close. So close. Yeah, the standings are very delayed. Hamilton goes 7th on used tyres. 6 tenths down. I think Russell backed out of his lap.
So you've got 4 ahead to Verstappen, who's going to be finishing his lap. So we'll go
See, those Alpines were on used tyres, and so was Lewis, and he's still behind them.
all clear to go. Strike 2.
Yeah. So Mercedes lacking pace. The Alpines of Gasly and Ocon could genuinely be ahead of the Mercedes.
What did Verstappen do?
So Verstappen did a 12.1.
Russell asking what Verstappen did. I guess assuming Verstappen was in P1. But he wasn't. Russell's been putting in some good laps. I expect Russell to be up there, you know. Lewis hasn't. Not in qualifying. In practice he was, but not in qualifying. He's struggling. Russell only 2 tenths down. This would put him ahead of Verstappen currently. Oh, ass coming out. 4th, ahead of Verstappen. I think they've got Lando's car ready. Bloody hell! They look like they're going to send him out. That's insane. That's crazy. Lando now is going to put it in P5, you watch. Yeah, so Hamilton's now on a fast lap. New set of tyres. Let's see what Verstappen can do. Verstappen is 1.5 tenths down after 2 sectors, which would put him still behind Charles Leclerc. Oh, Lewis was terrible through the hairpin again. Really wide. Not a good lap from him. Verstappen is now up, though. Oh, he gained in the last sector. He was 1.5 tenths off, and then he gained it all back in the last sector. Wow. Half a tenth up. That's wild. Right, Lewis to cross the line. P3! What? Hamilton was only a tenth slower than Verstappen. Where did that come from? What the hell? Ocon. Ocon!
Last one.
Oh, Ocon fastest Q3. What? Oh, this has got interesting. It's all about being on the track at the right time. It's all about being on the track at the right time.
One click.
Oh, my word. Bloody hell. Oof. I just don't know. Hamilton's pitted. Is he going to change tyres? Leclerc up in the first sector. Fastest first sector of anyone. Carlos Sainz down in the first sector, though.
Let me know if it's viable to do the prep.
Alonso 2 tenths up.
What we need.
Oh, Alonso's going quick. Oh, Alonso! So, Charles Leclerc has gone into first. Russell is 3.5 tenths down in the middle sector. Alonso's 2 purples. Pull! For now. Hamilton's not doing another lap. Nor is Gasly. Russell, P8. Verstappen. Oh, man. Martin Brundle just said, don't ever tell me that F1 has outgrown Monaco. Is he attacking me? Has he seen my video? That's the exact terminology I used. Has Martin Brundle been watching my videos? Verstappen. 2 tenths down! He's 2 tenths down!
Everyone went late.
A real mix. A couple of cars went a bit earlier than us.
Verstappen's down! He even nudges the wall on the pit straight! No! What? What? How? He was 2 tenths down going into the last sector! That's insane! That's mad! Final sector, Alonso 19.1. Verstappen did an 18.9. Fuck! Oh, they're going to be so smug now. They're going to be so smug.
Or not? No. Verstappen in the chicane, leaving the chicane.
So smug. How many mins we got left? It's done. It's over. It's over. I thought Alonso had that, man. He was down by 0.2 after sectors 1 and 2, but he just pulled it all back and more in the final sector. Also, shout out to Esteban Ocon. Esteban Ocon has doshed it into 4th place there. That is an incredible lap from Esteban Ocon. Incredible. Charles Leclerc is up into 3rd.
Oh my god, I hit the wall 2 times.
Well done, mate. Your first ever pole. That was...
Wow.
We needed to pull that one out the back, but very lovely.
What a last sector. Unbelievable. Well done, mate.
The question is, really,
I mean, I hit the wall pretty hard onto the straight.
what will happen in the race tomorrow? I mean, I don't think any of us are expecting anything other than a procession. Sadly. It is the most thrilling part of a Monaco weekend. You're right. However, we will still be here to watch the race tomorrow at 2 o'clock. Oh, I thought we were going to see someone on pole that wasn't a Red Bull. Oh, fair play, though. Max pulled it out. He pulled it out of his ass in that final sector, didn't he? Pulled it out of his ass. Fair play. Fair play. You got to take your hat off him. I doff my cap to him. Right. Well, I think the forecast is dry now. It looks like it's going to be dry. So yeah. Indy 500s tomorrow, yeah. Yep. Yeah, alright. Well, that's going to be it for today. I'm not really going to hang around and chat too much. We'll have a little bit of chat after the race tomorrow. But it's a lovely day. I'm going to go do some exercise. And maybe get a little bit of sun in. And then I'll be back tomorrow. I'll be live about 1:45, ready for the race. So if you want to watch the race, aka the procession, maybe we can talk to each other and keep each other company, you know? And we'll go from there. So until tomorrow, have a lovely afternoon. And I will see you tomorrow. Goodbye.